Now I will give a detailed study about frog. Remember, frog is a very important topic from the lesson, structural organization in animal, and sure of getting two questions from this topic. I'm very sure. Even last, that is May 3rd, 2026, we had two questions. Before the year 2025 also, we had two questions for sure. So let us do a detailed line by line study about frog. So let us first take the morphology and anatomy of frog. We can say the systematic position. Among the classification, the frog is classified into kingdom Animalia, that is very easy to remember, whereas phylum is Chordata, class Amphibia, genus Rana, and species Tigrina. In that, Rana tigrina is the most common species found in India. And in general, frogs are poikilothermic. Remember the lesson Animal Kingdom. What are all the organisms poikilothermic from the uh, vertebrates? Chondrichthyes, ostrichthyes, amphibians, reptiles. All these are poikilothermics. Whereas aves, birds, and mammals, they both are homeothermic. That means warm-blooded animal. So here, amphibians and poikilothermic, that means cold-blooded animal. They can change the color to hide from their enemies. That mechanism is called as camouflage. This protective coloration is also called as mimicry. They can slightly change their body color. And remember, this is a very important term and it might be in next paper. During summer and winter, they undergo estivation and hibernation. Question might form like estivation means what? So estivation means summer sleep, whereas hibernation means winter sleep. To avoid the extreme temperature, they themselves undergo a dormant condition. So to protect themselves from extreme heat, that is estivation, and extreme cold, hibernation. This is regarding morphology. Now, let me see the next step. Now, if you take the morphology of frog, body is divisible into head and trunk, neck and tail are absent. Skin is moist, smooth, and slippery due to the presence of mucus. Color of the dorsal side is olive green with dark irregular spots, and ventral side usually pale yellow in color. Frog never drinks water but absorbs through the skin. Even reptile also never drink water. They get their water from their food. The insects what they consume upon crushing, the body juice will be there that can be taken as the water. Then frog has a mouth, a pair of nostrils, and bulged eyes covered with the nictitating membrane. On either sides of the eyes, there is a membranous structure called tympanum, which is the organ of hearing, nothing but ear. There is no pinna. Pinna is found only in mammals. Even that can be a question from the lesson Animal Kingdom. What is the characteristic feature of the mammals? So, characteristic feature of mammals is presence of pinna, presence of mammary gland, and presence of the fine hairs on the body. This is for mammals. Now, for frog, the forelimbs has 4 digits and hind limbs has 5 digits. There was a question now. What is the characteristic feature of male frog? The first digit of forelimbs had copulatory pad, nuptial pad. See the last name, copulatory pad or nuptial pad. And frog has a vocal sac. This was the question in May 3rd paper. So remember, forelimbs have 4 digits and hind limbs have 5 digits. And all the fingers are webbed for swimming. So feet have webbed digits that helps in swimming. Then they exhibit sexual dimorphism. As I told already, male frogs has vocal sac and nuptial pad, which is absent in female frog. This is regarding the external morphology of frog.